Round two. Let's see if this works this time. Hopefully it does. There we go. Now it should be working. You talk, I'm talking. Do we hear the drums? Do we hear my voice? Do we hear the subtle music in the background? I'm kind of low, huh? I can fix that. Go into this ridiculous thing and crank it up a little bit. Cranking it, cranking it. Turn that down a little bit. Then we should be good. Does that sound better? I don't know why I just gained a country accent. That's gooder. I like that. Alright, let's pause the music. So what I want to do today is do a live Q&A type thing while I'm also messing around in Superior Drummer 3 because I found out a new feature that I didn't even know existed. There we go. So I found out that, so I have these drum tracks, right? But I found out if you drag them in here, it's going to do all of them. I guess I gotta wait. So I got the kick, I got the tom, snare. I don't know if it'll do overheads. We're just gonna keep with the shells for now. Bring that back up for a second. That work? What if I do it that way? Now I'm quiet again. Bring it up. Could drive it harder on the preamp, but I don't want to do that. I could EQ myself a little bit. Oh wait, I'm already doing that. Yeah, I'm already doing that. Never mind. Okay, so I edited these drums a while back. Why is there nothing? Oh, because I'm not over it. But these are not. Let me mute these. These are the ones that are edited. These are not. We're going to mute everything else, and let's just get one dialed in at a time here. Might unmute the overheads. Actually, you know what? It's going to make more sense if I do it this way. Set all those back to normal. What I'm going to do is new folder. Wave, mono. Okay. Okay, now I have the edited drums. That makes more sense to work with. kick up there. Snare. Rack. Does this do the overheads? It does. I gotta hear this. All right, mute all these first. Not very good. we're just gonna remove that. I could use the overheads. I mean, I could use all of this. I'm just messing around. Let's mute these ones. Alright, let's bring the snare in there. That sounds good. Alright, it's picking up on the kick a little bit, it looks like. Right here. Here. Okay. Here. Oh, it's on follow host, that's why. That's cool. So it's reading the rest of my tracks now and reducing the bleed from those tracks. There's a mishit there. Okay, now how do I turn this on? Trigger. Did that work? Yeah. There's a mishit in there. There it looks like. Trigger. Let's double hit there. Don't want that. D-trigger. Wow. This is actually pretty wild. Just to, I mean, I've done this before inside of Reaper, but I've never done it inside Superior Drummer. I would just make the MIDI tracks and then put them in there. And yes, I figured you can hear him. So is there a way I can like Control A? I want to raise the velocities. Let's take these top ones. No, because there's a bunch of, I don't want to select all the misclicks or mistriggers. Select. I don't. What if I do select similar? There's still some mishits in there, but I think that's going to be more what I want. Why did it not trigger these ones? Turn bar 30. Yeah, just completely missed it. Alright, stop. Calm down. Everybody slow down here. Completely just went over these. I wonder if it was like a clipping type thing. Trigger. 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 Missed one there. Bring that hit up a tiny bit. Alright, let's see if we can get some toms rolling. Mix all the way up. Should be tom right here. Okay. Let me go back to the kick. Reduce bleed, select all. I'm gonna do one of those. Because it seems to work really well. Mix all the way up. Select all. Seems like right there is going to be pretty close. What? There we go. That was, what was going on with the snare too? So there's a goofy hit there. D-trigger. Can I zoom in? Yes, I can. There's a hit there it's not recognizing. Can I just like... I wonder if it's registering it as the other instrument. Nope, it's not recognizing it at all. Trying to see if I can add one. I still didn't find it. I'm going to export this as MIDI, so I could always go back in and just add one. There's a hit there I don't want. Oh, it's still bringing the original sound. Get rid of that guy. D-trigger. It's missing a hit there too, unless it's the rack. Oh, there's a snare hit there. Trigger. Alright, that's kind of cool. There are some... I don't want all tracks. Oh wait, yeah, I do want all tracks combined. Can I just... I can. What an easy way to do MIDI. It's cheating. There, so we need to add there. Oh. That's what it's supposed to be. Let's ghost hit there. I could tighten that up a bit. Not that much. Same thing there. Where'd that triplet go? There it is. That's better. Goofy note there. I want to tighten that up a little bit. Hello? Sick. Alright, so let's save that for now, and let's go on to the rest of the song. It didn't trigger any of the toms in there. But we have the velocities at least. And we'll give them a little off time. Let's fade those toms in a little bit more. Tighten that up a bit. Little ghost note there, don't need. Don't need that. Tighten that up a little bit too. By the way, this is not how you edit drums. I am purely just messing around with MIDI. A little robotic-y there. A little bit more on beat, but mistriggered those kicks there. And my snare. Goofy hit there. Those are some goofy. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Let me just listen to the overheads. Neat. That sounds better. Hell yeah. Now we have a MIDI track for the live drums. So now I can go in and change whatever the hell I want. If I want it to sound like this, I can. Another one I like is these pop punk ones. These are more for like just tracking purposes. Like if I'm writing a song. Bell brass. Yeah. Honestly, these Rock Foundry ones sounded pretty good. Ugh. Oh, wait. What I can do is bring this new modern massive 2. These drums sound ridiculous. Might have to mess with the mapping a little bit. Toms? Let's not go that low. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so that needs to be there. And there. Oh my god, there's so much reverb on that snare. It's way too much. Is there reverb on it, or is it just the room? Snare's a little deep. Let's check out these Cervini kits. I hate that snare. Change that tom to that. Get these cymbals sitting in a better spot. Maybe. Better. I want to kill some of these frequencies in here though. One more. Yeah. Not digging this metal kit 1. What about metal kit 2? I like that snare. Kill some of that ring, though. Snare top. Whoa. So that's a much better fit. See if I have the original files for this. I don't think I do. There was a mistrigger. Okay, that's not working. Whatever. computer hates having this MIDI opener open. Now, since we have all of those, what we can do is route this properly. There's a master bus. We're going to start on 3, 4. We route the snare. 5, 6. Is there tom bus? No. So we can go 7, 8. I think I'm just using this one. I think I'm only using 2 toms. So there's all our room sounds. There's our kick. Don't need any of these other tracks. That there. Now, if I was actually going to mix this, again, I'm just messing around with stuff. I wouldn't use any of this. I would take that all off so I can get more of my own mix, not somebody else's. Sounds good, but it's not what I want. But for the sake of this video, so these two are going to be mono. Actually, let's do all stereo because there's samples involved. And then you render these down. Some tunes on. While I'm doing this, is there anyone that has any questions about anything music production related? Did I not send the floor properly? I don't think I did. I have to fix that. Come on, computer, you could do it. There we go. Okay, I got those. Didn't do the rooms though. So let me do that one real quick. Where'd it go? This is the best live stream ever. You guys just come here and just watch me render down files. Pretty cool. At least I'm not doing it with outboard gear. That's a fun thing that isn't talked about enough. I didn't realize that when you have outboard gear, you need to do an offline bounce, meaning you can't do exactly what I'm doing right now. This is all inside of the computer, so it does it faster. When you have stuff running through outboard gear, this is so obvious now that I realized it. You need to run it through your outboard gear when you're exporting, so you have to do an online bounce. That way, you know, it runs through your gear. And I just thought my bus compressor sounded like crap because I would run it through it while I was mixing, and then I'd export it, wouldn't run it through it, and all my bus compression was just gone, and it just sounded terrible, and I couldn't figure out why. That's why. So if you have outboard gear, make sure you run it through your outboard gear. So now we have our real overheads. Pause the tunes. Got the real overheads now. And now we don't have any room cymbal sounds, so here's a trick for that. We'll just duplicate this. There's plenty of programs you can use for this. If I actually want like real good sounds, is it? I forget who makes it. Yeah, this one. This thing was like $400 when it came out, and then it went on sale randomly for like $30, and I bought it so quick. So it has this remic mode, so now I can choose all these different room sounds that I want. Not a huge fan of that. I want a little bit further. Actually, I think I might roll with that. That sounds pretty good. I can render that down to stereo. Yay, more track rendering. Why is it doing that? Can you not install stuff right now? That'd be sick. Gee, thanks. Oh, music. Again, while I'm doing this, the whole point of this was for me to answer any production engineering type questions that anybody has. So feel free to ask in the comments, chat, whatever it's called. I'm just messing around with stuff. There it goes. Okay, so now we have our, call this the shell rooms. We can have room symbols. It's so unorganized. Pause the music a bit. And those need some love. Nope. Here we go. Actually, what I'm going to do is just copy down this, because it's going to be giving me the same pokey frequencies as the other one. One more I'm hearing. And the thing I like to do with the rooms is get rid of that. I want this. I like to darken them up a bit. Something like that. And then I'm also going to compress these rooms a little bit more. Trash. Dynamics. This guy. So if you notice what I'm doing there, just bringing up some of the quieter hits, give me a more consistent track. Yeah, like that. Parallel distortion going. Nope. Parallel compression going. Sounds pretty good to me. What else can I dive into? Let me look up here. Again, if anybody is watching and has questions, let me know. That's the whole point of this. I'm just looking for something else I could dive into. Do I have any other things that I could dive into? Trying to look for something. I could probably like do this so it's not as just dead silent here. It's from September 14th, 2023. Let's open it up. See how bad a 2-year-old mix sounds for me. Oh boy, this is still when I use Control Hub for everything. This is old. Boom. Okay, this is super old. Did my power just go out for a second? The hell was that? I have no idea what's going on with my lights. Well, that sounds good. Might need to adjust some rates here. Hopefully it doesn't screw anything with the stream up. Let me check. Do we still have sound? Ah. Okay. Not sure this is going to run while I'm streaming because my computer hates it already. We're gonna find out. Let's turn the vocals off. That's a negative. That's exactly what that is. We can get rid of that. So we have 50-50 on drums and vocals in the polls. Do you guys ever do this? Do you ever go into your old mixes and make fun of how bad you did this? Like, why am I gating? These are contact out. Why am I gating them? Will it at least play this? Oh no, it completely screwed everything up. Yeah, let me see if I can... Okay, we got more for drums. Also, we're gonna do this. Whoa. Hey, liven it up a bit. Does this still work? Whoa! Why is it so zoomed in? For it. Why is it so zoomed in? I don't know why it's so zoomed in. These are things you shouldn't do while you're live, but here we are. That works. Might try and see if I can get that working real quick. I switched my buffer size and screwed all the audio up because you're not supposed to do that while you're working on stuff. You're supposed to do it before you load your project up. But we're going to see if it'll work. So I can probably go back now. Boop. Well, this is loading. Whoa. Okay, did it fix this? No. Okay, we have sound again. See if I switch it back now. This is the worst live stream of all time. 90% of it is just me rendering files, and then now I'm just trying to get this to work. I don't know if it's going to be able to work. It ain't happening. Which means this is not playing. That didn't change, did it? Okay, it did. Okay, so here's my question. This is a contact instrument. Is there any bleed on this? No. Why am I gating all these? What am I doing here? Just compressing the low end? I don't understand what I was doing there. Did I backwards sidechain it? Because normally what I would do is send it to my base, and then, yeah, I was doing it there. External, yeah. What was I doing? Unless I just wanted some compression on the low end of the kick. Weird thing, but okay. What's I doing here? The old nollie trick. Can I get the drums to play? It doesn't sound bad. I still don't understand why I have those gates on there, though. Where's all my symbols coming from? Okay, so that, if I was to do that now, I was using Control Hub, which is just using other people's chains. Did I? Hold on. Okay, I at least cut out the low end. Cool. A little bit better. How hard am I hitting the bus compressor? Okay. What about guitars? Let's mute some stuff. This is just a mess of a mix. Am I getting that from clipping? Well, my plugin's over here. I can't tell what is my computer just lagging because I'm live streaming and actual just clipping. Because what I had before sounded like it was straight clipping, but the meter's not showing it clipping. This mix is so bad. This is all pointless. What am I doing here? What is the point of that? I'm like getting mad at myself. First things first, let's get rid of that. bass is entirely too loud. I'm listening for mess ups. I can clearly hear some in this part. I would never let that slide now. Alright, we got drums taking the pole, which I 100% agree with. If you don't have a good drum mix, you're missing, like, your mix is just going to be doo-doo. How did I do these vocals? Metatune and Control Hub. I didn't even pitch correct. I'm not gonna play that for sake of the artists, because I know when we were working this on the song, he was just like recording in his bedroom and just sending me the tracks completely raw, not knowing what we were going for with the song. So for sake of his safety, I'm not going to play those tracks. Still muted, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it sounds like it's running better now, and it's just like... Wait, I remember what that EQ was for. Dang it. I had a I had an EQ on here. I guess I could just redo it real quick. It's not going to be as good as it was, but oh boy. So we want that guy there. And I want this after the bus compression. Believe that is what I want. Bring that back down. I want to go down. There we go. There we go. Like that. There. And there. I want that to be at like probably 2K-ish. Copy. That's what I wanted. I want that one. That one. Copy. Okay, we're gonna do this a different way. Set point value. 24. Nope. 2400. Set point value. 2400. And that goes back down to 10. That's why I had that. Yeah, that. Let's see if I could get this anywhere near as loud as I would master anything else. Not like this should be mastered. I like how I have lo-fi still playing in the background. I'm sorry if this is really loud for the viewers. I have no idea how loud this is getting. Okay. Pretty loud. Louder, just about as loud as I am. Ugh. And that's why you need a good mix before you try and master. Not like this is properly mastering, but I can't get anywhere near the loudest that I want out of this because specifically my low end is just completely out of whack. That guy. Ew. Let's not do that. Why would I cut like that? What am I doing here? Why? What was I doing here? Oh my god. Hold on. Delete. Does that work? Delete? Okay. Get right. Is it still that one frequency? That's what I'm hearing. That's all that needed. What did I do all that other stuff for? Just like that, that snare sounds a million times better because I wasn't destroying it. Okay, so this kick needs some work. Glad I'm just going back and redoing this mix. So yes, that needs to come out. Which that's going to give us a more metal kick sound. We do need more high end. And then this is personal preference. I'm not a huge fan of that like super high end click. I like my click around like 3K ish. I like that sound better. So old EQ, it's like dead and lifeless. This has some energy to it. Oh, let me get rid of that. Bring in the stressor. 4-to-1. Something like that. Except for what I would do. EQ. Bring this Pultec. I love this Pultec EQ because there's this kick trick. Mm-hmm. Limiting the toms, huh? Why? So just using it for gain? So much punchier that made that snare just from not cutting out the snare in the or in the overheads like I did. It just gave it so much more body. That's about right. Actually, that sounds way cooler. What am I... What could I... What could I possibly have, like, wanted that there for? That makes sense. Same thing there. That's better. Just trying to trigger it off of the chugs there. Too much. I see, by cutting out that little tiny bit of 5.5K ish, I could boost this high end way more without getting that harsh frequency in there. This mix is still all over the place, honestly. Without like starting from scratch, I don't know if I could bring it to where it actually needs to be. Because first things first that needs fixed is or I should say are, these guitars right here. It's so far out. Like timing wise. So is that. I mean, yeah, look at it. It would need to be like. This is not the proper way to do this, by the way. Good line there. That was. Oops. The proper way to do this is just play the part properly. I might be able to get away with it if I crossfade this. Whoa. Why is it crossfading so weird? Okay, we'll just leave it like that. Actually, it didn't sound bad. And like that's completely cut off there. That sounds better. I'm allowed to shit on this, by the way. I was asked to re-record these guitars. But like... Yeah, like those hammer-ons. Those are all over the place. Does anyone have any production and or engineering questions? I haven't asked in a while. That's the whole point of the stream. Also, drums are still winning. Because duh. Yes. Ah. That's what I would use now. Just saying. But I would keep the original tone over it. Let me back it off a little bit. Yeah, see, I would do... Oh, wait, let me put my grid back on. That's what I would do. But I would automate it so it all works together better. So you don't get that abrupt end there. And then I'll also do this as well. That's not what I wanted. I want the opposite of that. Actually, just bring that back in. Go away. That's like 500. Bring that up. It's just gonna add some nasty grit underneath it. Now if I turn both of those off, it's disgusting. Well, I think that's about it. I'm not trying to completely redo this entire thing, but yeah, I think I'm gonna start live streaming more for these specific type of things, just hanging out, doing random stuff on the computer. Yeah, but I will catch you guys in the next one after I figure out how to end this. There it is. It's the end stream button.